All right, I'm gonna assemble this nightstand and see how long it takes me so that you guys know what you're getting into. Okay, there's a lot of pieces. So this is it all assembled. Everything does have a number. They do give you instructions. I'm gonna see how long this takes. It does look a little overwhelming, but it was packed very nicely and I don't see anything that's damaged. There's no chips or anything in it. So hoping for the best on this one. So I decided to do this in a time lapse and I'm really glad I did because it took me way longer than I thought and I did need a snack break. So I started with the feet first, which was actually nice. It was really easy. Then I moved on to attach the sides, followed by the back panel. And then I was feeling really confident at this point, like I can do this. I put the top on, and this is when it really started to look like an actual piece of furniture and not like stuff all over my floor. And then this is where you add the legs. This was a little bit tedious. I probably took longer on this part than I needed to, but you have to use that little Allen wrench thing, and it had to fit in a little tiny spot. So anyway, moving on. Then next you put on these little triangular things that I couldn't quite figure out, but you screw them in. I think they're meant to hold the back panel on. And then came the drawers. Okay, the drawers took me a minute. And by a minute, I mean I definitely put one together backwards the first time. I had that moment where I slid it in and it didn't slide in. And so I had to take it all apart and flip it around and try again. But the next drawer went a lot smoother after that. So little setback, but we got there. I think somewhere in the middle of here is when I took the snack break. So I do highly recommend that. So I do have to tell you, these are the knobs that came with it. I didn't like these. I thought they were too small. So I actually bought these ones. They're kind of the same idea, but I liked these a lot better. I thought they looked a little more upscale and I felt like the size fit the size of the drawers better. So I'm actually gonna put these knobs on. This is what it would look like with the original knobs. So just note that I do have different knobs on here than what came with it. All right, after switching my knobs out to something I liked better, I moved on to the charging station and the LED lights. This made me feel super fancy, kind of like an electrician, but super easy to put together. You just put it through the hole and screw it down with the two little screws that they give you. Did I mention you need a power tool for this? I would highly suggest that. They do give you a screwdriver, but I barely use that. I think I use that for the cam locks. And everything else I used with that Allen wrench and my drill. The LED lights are super easy to install. You just pull them through. I'm going to show you a look up. This is up top on the bottom side. So you just take the little tape off and tape them to the top. And then they have a little guy here where you can tape up the cord so it's not hanging down. All right, here she is in all her glory. I did actually have to come back the next day and film this part because I had company coming over and I ran out of time. So would I do this again? Absolutely. I think she looks great. It was time consuming, but the quality feels really good. It's sturdy and it looks really good put together. And I love that I swapped out the knobs. I am going to say that. That's a hill I will die on. So it does come with a remote for the LED lights. This is a view sitting on the floor so I can show you. It has lots of different colors and modes. I don't think you would need the LED lights on a day-to-day, but tell me that wouldn't be fun around Christmas time. You can hook it to an app and actually sync music to it. So even though the drawers gave me a lot of trouble putting them together, they slide in and out very, very easily, and they're very spacious, so you could put a lot of junk in there. It does give you 2 USB ports and 2 plug-ins. You do have to use one of the ports for the LED light, but you could just unplug that. I think the best part is you can use this however you want. I actually have mine obviously set up in my living room, but you can also use it as a bedroom side table. So yeah, it took me a little time, a couple do-overs and a snack break, but we got there and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I hope that helps.